What's there? Oh, you have to check? Okay. Let me turn off the auto brake here and fire up the thrusters, and we're gonna go ahead and warp over to Mukund. Or not Mukund. Arzamot's already locked. I love my drills in the front now. I think this is absolutely hilarious that I added drills to my capital vessel. My big, massive capital vessel. Alright, here we are. It's Mukund. Where are you at on, or not Mukund? Why do I keep thinking that I warped the Mukund, man? It's like 2 warps away. Alright, now I'll be in orbit of Mukund. My Mukund base is placed and fueled, just needs to be upgraded to armored concrete. Well, I can help you out with that. I got plenty. You're on the Venda right now, though. What's up with that, bruh? Alright, what's the marker I need to look for your base that you got going on here on Mukund? What do I need to look for? I would imagine that you set up on the equator for maximum solar energy. And let's just take a look here. Yeah, this is pretty empty. I know we like to go around lakes and stuff because should be west of the bit. Okay. Kind of pay attention to give me a heads up when I should dip in or what I'm looking for. A little north, not exactly on the equator. Okay. I like being around water because of water generators. Is there anything that you would like me to add to your base? I'll describe it a bit better when it pops up. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, as long as you keep an eye on things, you just let me know when to hop in. And then I'll give you some additions to your base. I got a lot of materials that I could use to help pimp out your base a little bit. I'm sure, you know, like water generators and stuff like that. In fact, while I'm talking about it, let me just get right in here to my constructor. And let's make some water generators. I assume you made your base near water. But if not, we can still add... shoot, that's plenty. Actually, yeah, I'll just do... No. We'll do the P-switch. We'll turn them all on. Yeah, sick! You need to hop over to creative and make sure the integrity is still with armored concrete. It should be. I did like in the future patch notes, the 9.3 patch notes, if you place a block and it doesn't happen to be structurally sound, just that one block falls off now. It won't actually, when you place that block, like wreck a whole bunch of stuff. At least the way the patch notes sounded. So it really seems like they're going to help out people who are building. I'm all for that because no one likes to see half their freaking structure, you know, just fall off or fall away. Even with the ability now to hit F to bring something up into the inventory, but because you only get like 1 stone dust per concrete or something like that. The very center of the hangar roof is what worries me. You want me to take a look at it while I'm there? I'll take a look at it. I'm kind of curious what you've been doing over here on Mukund because you were over on the Venda for like the longest, and now you switched over to Mukund. I want to say there is a limit as to how many base blocks, how many core base blocks a faction can have on a server. And I think you right now have the most bases. Or actually, you might be tied with me. If we're both at 2 and 2, then we're tied. Alright, so I'm still flying around the planet here. And still looking for where I need to enter. Let me gas it up here so I go in this direction. That should be good enough. So I'm at this point. Whew. Sick, did you jump over to creative? What are you doing? Are you winding down for the night? You got off the computer? Wonder if there's any, no asteroids. Ha! Thought you would have come across it by now. Maybe I missed it. Well, you know, sometimes it takes 4 or 5 minutes to go around a planet. Oh, here it comes? Okay. You just let me know when I need to enter the planet. And what I'm gunning for. It'll be interesting because you're on the Vendor, so you can't exactly share a waypoint with me. So this is going to be like completely flying by the seat of your pants kind of thing. At least for me. I kind of wish you could pull up the planets, any planet, and share your waypoint on any planet with anybody. You see that little C-shaped lake just south of the equator? The lake the base is next to is about a quarter past that, I think. Okay, so I see the little C-shaped deal, so I'm going to turn my brake on. The lake the base is next to is about a quarter past that. What do you mean by quarter? Actually, I'm going to BRB just a moment. Let me keep going. We'll make sure that we stay toward the planet here. That might be a little too aggressive. Back off just a little bit. Quarter of the way across the planet. Okay, so yeah, we still got a little ways to go then. That's alright. Alright, so we'll just coast in space. Appreciate you looking here. Let me know where to go. Go ahead and drink my coffee so I don't get tired. Oh, wait. We are not cruising. I forgot that I turned the auto brake on. This is what alcohol does to you, kids. Alright, there we go. So, passing the sea. The coffee is not as hot as it should be. Look north a bit. Okay. Alright, you see it. Let me turn my brakes on then. Just so I can make sure that we're on the same page because of the stream delay. Alright, so I'm now at 0 meters a second. I am standing still. Large lake, land bridge going through the center. You're talking about, oh gee, I can't really move my mouse. You can't see the land bridge with the cloud. Okay, so there's a land bridge up there. Alright, so you're talking about it being, let me just orient here like this. So you're talking about me heading like straight down for that point right there. Is what I'm gathering. So I'm going to go ahead and head toward that. Give you a chance to respond. And then you can be like, abort! Abort! If it happens to be wrong. Here we go! Dun, dun, dun. Not that exact point, but that lake. Alright, well, I'm going to drop down on the lake, and then we'll go from there, once I get in the atmosphere. Oh, we might be entering the atmosphere a little too quick. What are we at? 600 meters, 500 meters? Actually, we'll be alright. Or as you can see it, the clouds. That's how it is, man, on my stream. Nothing can ever be clear cut, straight to the point, ready to go. It's my luck that there's clouds in the way, but that's okay. Alright, where are we? Are we in the atmosphere? Yes, we are. Okay, cool deal. We are in the atmosphere. There's the lake right there. Let me just hop straight down here. And we'll level out. Activate the exterior camera, and we'll actually just park it right here. Okay, so this is the big freaking lake. And you mentioned a land bridge. So I assume we're talking right up here. This is the land bridge, where we don't really have much of a lake. Alright, so where do I need to go from this land bridge? Oh geez, we did not need to flip the camera up like that. Actually, no. Alright, I'm gonna stay put. Hit M. So is it this Imagine Gaming Sanctum 1? I'm pretty surprised I could see that waypoint. Did that actually work? Did you share it when I was on the planet? Wonder how I can see that. Because that's probably it right there. Okay, cool. I'm going to head there. I'm excited. I've been wanting to check out what you've been doing. I was going to check out your Nevenda base. Go home, Exum, you're drunk. You know, there's some Xerax shit right here, too, man. I can just be, like, rolling there and be like, rawr, with my capital vest. I'll just be like, screw you! Copper deposit, Sathium deposit, Sathium, copper. Man, there's a lot of... Oh, there's Neodymium. Medium size. Hey! I could deal with medium. That's actually kind of cool. I might set up some auto miners on the Neodymium. Did you set up auto miners on the Neodymium or just the Sathium? Oh, that's where you found the Rados. Okay. I got you. I'm on board. Fill off my tank here. Alright, we are coming right up on the Sanctum 1 here. And we are right over Sanctum 1, almost. Oh, there it is! Wow, would you look at that. Here is Sanctum 1. So this is KingBloops' base out here on this snow planet. And it looks like my ship completely dwarfs it. That's okay. We will park over here next to the water. That's actually pretty good because I can get my water generators out and set him up with some water. So he'll get some water containers out of there. And we'll put it right here at that little inlet thing here. Are we level? It looks like we're maybe level. Almost kind of sort of level. My legs aren't exactly where they should be on the ground. But that's okay. Sathium and 1 Promethium for keeping the base fueled. I have a single water generator. Well, I made 24, dude. So you're about to get an upgrade on your water generation. Oh, yeah. I'll find it. I'm sure it's somewhere around this coastline. Alright, so here we go. Look at my auto miners I just made. They're so pretty. We'll put those in my... Actually, we'll put those on my... We'll put those on my ship. My small vessel ship. And on my player, we'll put these capital... Or, we'll put these water generators. Boy, oh boy. Definitely tell the alcohol is in full force at this point in time. That's great. Alright, let's hop down here and actually we'll go up to the small vessel. We'll go ahead and get it off the flight deck. And we'll start checking things out here. Not very much in the warp tank. Not that I need to worry about the warp tank right now, but while we're here, we will grab the warp crystals. So now we're good. And I think this is breathable, right? Isn't this planet breathable? This is Mukund, and it is O2 friendly. Good. Alright. So let's hop down here and take a look at what's been going on. Where is his base? There it is. Cool deal. So right there. The water generators would be up right here in this inlet. Looks like we have the one stray. The one that stands alone. There it is. Aww. You poor water generator. You're all by yourself. Don't worry. You're about to get some friends. Alright. Put that right there. Alright, so that's actually going to be kind of get my night. Oh, there we go. My lamp's good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll leave space. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops! Come back. Does it let you place it when it's not in water? Okay, cool. That's good to know. So that counts. And here's the next 6. I like how I put one there. Actually, let's zap you out and give another gap, because I like having some periodic gaps. Alright, so now we'll come out 3. Yeah, here we go. And we can just keep going here with the second row of water generators. Very nice. And we will harvest. Oh, look, cannot access water generator other faction because somebody didn't check the allow faction access button at the top. If you zap them, you lose them. Need to shift F quick them. I got them back. Or at least I'm pretty sure I got them back. That's pretty good though. You'll be set on water containers. So when you have your Promethium here, if you really want to make Promethium at your base, you'll be able to. But again, the solar energy at the space station is definitely the way to go for producing things in bulk. I need to start allowing faction access whenever I click to load these up with fuel, or else I'm going to be just like bloops. Yeah, because it's a very easy thing to overlook. So it's all good. All the ones I have zapped, including the O2 machines, I have lost. Huh. But yeah, it's funny that the bloops, the snow planets, have the best amount of water generators. Shoot, what's it called? Gondola actually has the most water generators on it of any planet. This is going to be a close second though, which is kind of nice because it's quite a ways away from everything else. So I think you will have more than Breemahan has. I don't mind making a huge amount of fuel at the base, but it's a good backup in case I ever get low. Just queue up a few fusion cells to get me by. Yep. Well, one of the worst things that happens is your base runs out of power because you generally will have a refrigerator there. And once your refrigerator goes tits up, you're kind of screwed. As far as all the food that you have built up to help sustain you on the planet. Okay, so that is all good to go. We now have extra, and we're gonna hop in here and take off, and we're gonna go look at what you were talking about with the base. So let me just skirt on over here. So did you design this base, or is this a prefab base that you just threw down here willy-nilly? Speaking of stuff, we need to get a little closer to my capital vessel so we can get some food out of it, which is this way. J. Randall's Sanctum installation, hence the name. Okay. Oh, look at you using some of J. Randall's stuff. I'm telling you, man, J. Randall is the bomb. That dude definitely takes his time and puts out some good stuff. Okay, I definitely need to get my capital vessel parked a little closer. I don't like it being that far away, but we'll be okay. We'll just put some burgers on my hotbar. If they go bad, they go bad. Dang, he starts off with the big freaking hangar door right here on the side. What's up? I haven't checked out this particular J. Randall build on the workshop. I didn't really look at base stuff. So, lots of oxygen, even though you don't need it on this planet. He's got the Tier 1 fuel tanks through here. Okay. Ventilators. Again, we don't really need to worry about oxygen on this planet. But it's still cool. Always good to include that in your build. It's kind of nice seeing his work in here because I know what his style is. So I understand, you know, the doors and the LCD panels. Oh, you got a lot of refrigerators going on. That's good. You got 5 freaking refrigerators. O2. You got your clone bay. This is actually pretty set. Lots of storage here. That's what, 10 containers? We've got more fuel. Tier 1. Are you actually full on your fuel? I'll be out here. Let me give you a 5% boost. Wireless connection. Looks like you may have added that. That looks like a rough concrete texture. You replace T1 fuel with... Oh, okay. You hadn't thought about the oxygen thing. You may pull those and replace them with something else. Yeah, you can always go to Tier 3 fuel cells too, since we have the technology. We have an exit. Okay, that goes to the outside. That's legit. You got a little ATM. I like the... I love how he has the constructors and he always has them numbered. So there's your 4, 5, 6 group. Hangar reserve. A, B, flight deck. And you got your repair bay, I'm assuming, down here. Yep, Tier 2. Engineering. Alright, what's up through here? So it's apparently taking me to the flight deck, but we also have a level 2. Looks like we just have corridors that go around. He did the same thing in the hangar of the Cerberus. But it looks like you might have... Oh, so this is where you can put stuff, Bloops. This reserve section. This is what he means by reserve. You can put in here anything extra that you would like. Oh, everything moderately advanced was put in by you? Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Do you need anything else added to it while I'm here? I mean, I can make anything off my capital vessel for you and add it in here. I mean, I know you're only coming in here with probably with your small capital vessel. You might not have a lot of extra supplies on hand. So just let me know what you need, and I'll add it in here. I'll help make this a little better for you if you'd like. You know, even if it's just swapping out the fuel cells. There we got engineering area here. More fuel, Tier 1 fuel tanks. We've got small generators. Let me hit P and see what we've got. Owned by Bloops. Glad you had decided to go ahead and do that. And we got, okay, let me shrink everything here. 13 doors, 24 fuel tanks. 24 Tier 1 fuel tanks. So that's 1,200 fuel capacity. You flew in the SV? I understand. Hey man, flying on the SV is great. Alright, so fuel tanks, 24 of those. And that's 1,200 fuel capacity. Let's double check the constructor and see what a Tier 3 fuel tank is. And you got growing lights. Did you get a greenhouse established here yet? If not, I have sprouts on my ship. I could donate some to your space base here to get you up and going. Hangar, shutter doors, LCDs, lights. These are probably just regular lights. No farm plots. Okay. Did you do signal logic to help save on the energy used by the base? Where are you at right now for your... You have no battery. I'm assuming you don't have a lot going for you for signal logic if your battery's at 0. Where's the solar panels? Do you have solar here? You have 4 panels. Okay, that's a mistake. You should have all 15 panels. That way you can maximize the amount of solar energy that you can get. And the fact that you're not even on the... Actually, you're pretty close to the equator. You're not doing too bad. Like this right here would be the equator. You're just off of it by like 3 grid marks. This is fine. You could get a lot of solar. You have solar, but you place this all at night. Minor detail, and you're not done yet. Okay. Well, let me go to my ship and crank out some tier 3 fuel tanks. I'll do some replacements for you. And I'll make you some solar panels and just kind of put them in here. You can put them where you want them. And then that way when you come back here next time, you can implement your customizations. But I'll at least get you the materials. I'll get it put in here for you. I think I actually took my small vessel over here and landed on the roof. I did. Oh well, we'll take that when we go back. Oh gosh, really? Let's not get stuck on the rocks. Did I not pick that up? Hold up. I controlled F on my, or Shift F on my motorbike. It's not there, and it's not right here either. Look at that. The motorbike just disappeared. Am I missing something? Okay, I know I'm intoxicated, but I know there's no motorbike in my inventory right now. What? My motorbike just disappeared on me. You manually turn off power heavy stuff like constructor's furnace repair? Okay. Well, I could definitely do some signal logic for you. It doesn't take me long to implement that. Oh wait, here's my motorbike. I put it way over here. What? How crazy is that? That's nuts. Alright, so let's just zoom in here real fast. My Avenger is to the west, and that's the direction we're going. Alright, so I'll do some signal logic in your base for you, Bloops. I'll make some solar panels for you to place. You can only have 15 solar panels in your base. And hey, Death to Weak Men. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Oh, Damien, you got your Windows installed. Heck yes. Good job, sir. So I know you're wondering about signal logic, Damien, so stay tuned here. I'm about to do some. We're going to make Bloops' base a little bit more energy efficient by putting in some signal logic. And, yeah. Once we figure out how we're going to get back up into my ship. Good times. Alright, I might have to take my SV back over here. So that's shame on me for not just taking my vessel back. Actually, I should be able to still access the P screen for my, yeah, here we go. So, let's make you some solar panels, Bloops. I'll get you the excess that you need. Base solar panels, here we go. Large ones. Oh, we don't need, we only need 15. I'll make you the full 15. And then on Constructor 2, what else were we talking about adding into your base? I'll BRB 1 second. Alright, I'm back. This is what happens when you drink alcohol. You have to pee a lot. My apologies. Alright. What? How are you not gonna like my signal logic, bruh? Like, we can talk about this as I do it. So you don't have to worry about that, Bloops. Alright, that is the end of my mug of coffee. We're still working on this bottle of wine. As you can see, there is very little wine left in the bottle. However, I do still have a very full wine glass. After I drank one of these already. This is glass number 2. I'm mostly gonna do... That's fine. Are you okay with me doing like your lights? I can do your lights and then let me know how you want to do your constructors. How about that? Because constructors are debatable. I like to have mine come on either all at once or in pairs. And then, yeah. Hanger lights are set up. Okay. Well, just let me know what you want. If there's anything you want me to put in there for you. And if there's anything, if there is not anything you would like me to do, I'll stay away. I won't do your signal logic. Because you can always come in there and do it how you want it. That's fine. It is your base, after all. My linking interior lights up with motion sensors would be nice. Okay, I can do that for you. Alright, so let's take a look here. We're going to grab all these solar panels out of here. We should have 15 solar panels to give the bloops. There we are. So, we'll put those over. I'll place these for you just so your capacitors... Actually, speaking of capacitors, let's go back into the constructor. You're going to need capacitors to hold all of this battery energy. So, oh, that's weird. What constructor am I looking at right now? 100 ungrouped? Okay, that is not my ship. I was going to say, there's no way. All my stuff is grouped. Except for some of this stuff that I put in recently. Okay, much better. Let's get you some capacitors so you can store your solar energy. I don't know really how much you're going to get and how often you're going to be on the planet. So Damien says, I just need to know how I can set up my turret, Gatling gun, and drills on separate power draws. That way I can save some power. Hey, that's fine. The information you're about to learn is going to help you apply what you need to know. So I got you, Damien. So tell you what, we'll go with, I'm going to add 5 more capacitors, bloops. I'm going to add 5 more capacitors to your base. I'm going to set up the signal logic for you for your interior lights throughout the base. And anything else is up to you with what you want to do. Or if you want to tell me what you would like while I'm here, I will do it for you to save you some time. Alright, so we're just going to access the output box. We're going to grab all of these capacitors. And since Bloops doesn't really need put capacitors, reserve it. We'll do. I'll put them in there. Bloops doesn't really need oxygen in his base, although he does have the oxygen tanks in there. So I think that's kind of funny. But we will add more solar. He can always move the panels around somewhere else later. But in the meantime, when it's daylight, at least we can get some of the... we can go ahead and harness some of this energy. Alright, so we're going to cruise back to the base. And let me just make sure... Yeah, we need to head southeast. We're right on target. So this is a J. Randall prefab that he's working on right now. I think it's pretty dope that he went with J. Randall. I'm loving J. Randall, the author on the Steam Workshop. I think the guy does phenomenal work. If you have spare artillery ammo, I'd appreciate it a little bit for killing drones a bit faster. Yes, I have all the ammo, my friend. I will give you some. Okay, so Damien, you want to learn signal logic. Let me get a couple things placed in here real quick, and we will definitely give you a signal logic tutorial, and I will make sure that I am very in-depth. If you have any questions, just let me know. Do keep in mind, I have been drinking. I'm trying to make sure that I enunciate all of my words correctly, because I have definitely had a good bit of wine. So it's good times. Alright, so let's get cracking here. Reserve area. Added more. Now, are you sure you want these in the reserve area, Bloops? Or auto feed for the burgers? Dude, if I had a way to auto feed myself, I would have wired it up already. Bloops, do you want me to take out your oxygen tanks and just replace them with the capacitors? Would that be fine with you? Or do you want me to specifically stick to the reserve areas on the base? Yeah, I know. I figured out I'm in the wrong area. I will, yeah, that. Okay, good. Because I figured that'd be good use of the space if, since you're already on an oxygenated planet, why not? So I will find where those tanks are. Actually, I don't even need to look for them. I could just, O2, and we can show on the HUD a couple of these and make sure that we're in the right spot. Where are they? They're over here. I actually got one over, oh, that's the silicon deposit. That's the nice thing about using the P menu. You can always display things. So yeah, you got a whole bunch of tanks right here. This is perfect. So let me just, I'm going to multi-tool these oxygen tanks. What? You didn't actually put any oxygen in the space, right? Oxygen 0. Okay, cool. I'm going to take these back. And we'll put in some capacitors instead. I'm a big fan of using solar energy in this game whenever you possibly can, just because it helps you to not have to burn promethium to actually, and we'll actually be slick, and we'll stick the, we'll stick that one horizontal up there too. Hopefully you're okay with that. If not, you can always multi-tool it later. I won't have my feelings hurt at all. And let's go throw in some solar panels. I like the flat shape. I don't like the curve. And let's go take a look outside just to see what we can do. Worst case scenario, we might have to make some concrete and just kind of expand things. Or we might be able to just piggyback them off of each other. Let's go sideways and just kind of walk it out a little bit here. So that's 4. If I do in 3s, this will actually kind of work out. In fact, I'm just going to do this with the drone. It might be a little easier for me, especially since I placed that one crooked. Alright, so now we can go horizontal with the panels and go this way. It will be nice to me and put it on the ground. I don't want to put it on top, I want to put it next to. There we go. So there we go, first 4. And there's no exit door on this side, so this should be fine. But again, like I said, if it you can always come out here. It doesn't take much to multi-tool these up. And while you're not at your base, at least we're filling these capacitors up so that you're getting energy into your base while you're not here. Come on. Ooh, this is really sensitive. Patience. Oh, I thought I would add it. Oh, so close. We're gonna get it this time, though. I feel it. Oh, it's so tricky because it's in the snow. Oh, boom! Got it. Alright, now I just gotta do this a couple more times. Really? You want to put it up on the top? I can see that, but really we should be able to just stick it on the ground. Yeah, like that. Boom. Okay, cool. We do have the opening here. Aw, that part right there didn't go where I wanted it to. Let me suck that back up. Perfect. Okay, and if we do 4 out from there, it's going to interfere with your ramp, so we'll actually, you know, you can place items and bases with the drone? Yeah, man! Top-mounted panels are temporary. Alright, so we will drop that in right there. And that one's there. You can only have 15 with the base, so if you already have panels in here, this is why I'm getting the red right here, because there's already some that are activated. So if you said you have temporary panels up here, then you yeah, these guys right here. Bloops, you only take those out and just put them out here on the side. I don't know where do your drone attacks come from? What direction? Do you know? Because that will come in really handy to know about, so I can put the panels so they don't get attacked by the drones. Alright, so in the meantime, we'll just stick our 4 solar panels off to the side, and we'll eat a burger. And at this point in time, we can start working on some logic here that's going to help Bloops with his base. And what we're looking to do is, if we take a look, it's recommended that you let your base run through a few day-night cycles before you come in here and you look at your solar for your average output. Yeah, they always come from the same direction. So if you already know which way they come in, that is the way that they will always come in, is from that. Because they launch from the drone base for that faction. And whatever direction they come from, it's always the same. So if you know they come from the lake, are you meaning like to the north? Or you mean like to the west? Because this is all lake area. So I put the panels, I think my panels are over here to the north, but I'll go double check. But in the meantime, we're going to talk a little bit about signal logic. You want to say northwest? Okay, that makes sense. So that means that the panels, if they're coming from the northwest, if they're coming from this direction over here, you just need to make sure you got a lot of turrets up on this side of your base to deal with that threat. But that means that these are way out of the way. If it's coming from the northwest, I mean, they're not 100% out of the way, but the drone would have to get really close in order to damage your solar panels. So this is actually a fairly safe place for your panels. So I actually like that. So we're going to talk a little bit about signal logic. I'm not going to mess with your panels on the roof unless you want me to move them, and I will then add panels here that go to the east that extend outwards. Yeah, at some point we'll be friends with the Xerax again, and it won't really matter. But in the meantime, you can get free loot, right? Okay, so signal logic. Let's talk about that. So right now, let's just take a look at what's here. We have hanger lights down here on number 6. This is probably a Bloops thing where he added this on number 6 because he likes the number 6. So we flip that, and here's all of our hanger lights, auto, and they are all on because I said so. Well and good. He might want to keep that on a toggle, or I'm more of a fan of motion sense. If you're in the area, put the lights on automatically. When you leave, turn the lights off. That's what I like. But he might have a different style. Now the rest of the interior lights that are here, let's just take a look at what we've got going on. So do we have a solar group right now? And you should always try to keep your group listing organized. So, you know, the fact that I just added all this stuff in here for solar and there really isn't a solar group, we're just going to add one here real quick. And this way, Bloops won't lose his mind. I'm not going to lose my mind. So we're going to add that in there. You just do plus here to make a new group. And the beautiful thing is when you add a new group, it allows you to then rename the item. So if you ever have a need to rename the item, you can do so here after it's been placed in a group. So I'm just going to put everything regarding solar into the solar group and a couple more panels. And I think we're pretty much good to go. Now, obviously, he's done some work in here. And there's a lot of things that, there's 101 items that are not grouped up at all. I'm making a face right now. But we will make sure that what we add goes into a group just so everyone's good to go. So we have added in 6 solar capacitors, or there's a total of 6 solar capacitors. We have multiple solar panels here. And, okay, so Bloops, you can benefit from this too. You talked about the hangar being too large. I'm going to introduce you to circuits. So we're going to talk about how all this works together for you. So check this out. I don't really know what resources you have here. I think I'm going to go park my capital ship a little closer. And this will be a great tutorial for signal logic because we're actually going to get to use some logic gates in the example of your base when you said it was too large. There is no such thing as too large. Why did I ride my bike over here? I got to ride back and get my small vessel. My apologies, guys. So we're going to run back over here, or ride back over here. Oh, yeah. Do. Oh, no, shut up, baby. Okay, so I need to get up to the top. This says flight deck. Let's take a trip up to the flight deck. Where is my elevator? I need my elevator. Here we go. Farm and personal flight deck. Here we go. Zippy up to the tippy top. So the flight deck. Love this Jane Randall design, and I've only seen a little bit of it. Here is my small vessel. We're just going to take this bad boy back to my ship. Make sure my jetpack is on. Alright. Let me just cruise back over to my ship. There it is, the Avenger. And we're going to move my capital vessel a little closer just so I have access to more of my supplies with the F4 menu, with the wireless logistics. So we're just going to park this right here. Okay, here we go. Kill the power on that, and we're going to go. Oh, it's all good, Bloops. It makes for a good stream because this is probably one of the #1 questions I get asked about this game is about signal logic. And I think, personally, that signal logic is one of the most awesome things about this game, and being able to fine-tune things how you want them is a definite plus in any build that anybody does, especially when you have to be concerned about power in this game and what you can or cannot do with trying to conserve power in your base. So you're not always having to dump in fuel cells or fusion cells to try and help you out. So this is great. You got a prefab off the workshop. What can we do to improve it to be a little bit more friendly? You know, all this good stuff. And I got into my chair without making sure that it had the green light. That was my addition here to make sure that I only get into my captain's chair when there's a green light. Again, another example of signal logic. I'm just going to park a little closer here to your base so I can still get access to my ship. So we're just going to park it right here. And, you know, we're just kind of nestled up against the edge right there. Perfect. And I think I'm a little cattywampus, but we'll be okay. Alright. So a couple of things I want to go ahead and make just so I can have an easier time with this is we're definitely going to have to make some sensors and signals. So anytime you're talking about signal logic, this is what you're going to make, and this is what helps make the magic happen. So we'll go ahead and we're actually going to make a lot of these just in case. I'd rather have too many than not enough, so we'll just make 20. We may or may not use all of them. It just kind of depends what's happening here with the base with Bloops. As you can see, they're churning out really fast, so we really won't have to worry. So yeah, we got the 16. I'll bring over some lights, and we'll just fill that gap right there. And Bloops did make a comment here, but those that are thinking about bases off the workshops, there's my 20. We're just going to replace the burgers down there in the menu. And again, I've been drinking, so I have to pee a lot, so I'll be right back. Won't take very long. Bathroom's just across the hall. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so we have our 20 sensors, and we're going to explain how all these work in depth as soon as I get back to the to his base. So this time, we already took my small vessel, we landed on the top. We're just going to stroll over here to the base on foot like we own it. Ah! And we're going to fall out of the bottom of the spaceship because we didn't deploy the ramp. There's that whole, like, do you look before you leap? And in this case, I did not look before I leapt, so that would be a little easier to get back onto in the future. Alright, so we're going to roll on over here. You need to refresh your drink. Excellent. Yes, after everyone, it's Friday night. If you're of age, you should be drinking. Unless for some reason you, maybe you're trying to go for sobriety or something like that. In that case, don't drink. Okay, so I was looking at his O2 tanks, and I set some of these to show on the heads-up display. I really don't care about that right now. He can fix all his O2 tanks throughout his base. Okay, so that's now null and void. All right, take a sip of wine. Oh yeah. Take a sip of water so we maintain our water in our body. Alright, alcohol will dehydrate you, so you want to make sure you don't have a hangover the next day. Drink wine. Okay. So, we have our sensors and signals, and what we're just going to do is jump in over here, and why am I still seeing O2 tanks on my heads-up display? Did I miss something? Ah! Modest Tom, I haven't seen you in forever, man! Thanks very much for the follow. I hope you've been doing well. I miss your face, dude. My goodness. Where have you been? How is life? Talk to me. Use the chat. Let me know what's going on. As you can see, I'm playing a different game. This is not Minecraft. It's Empyrion Galactic Survival. It's like Minecraft in space. You get to do a lot of building, fight shit. It's awesome. So yes. Let me know how you've been doing. Glad to see that you're alive. I do think about you fairly often. And I just been wondering how you've been doing, man. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Alright, so let's take a look. We're in the process of setting up Signal Logic in Bloops' base at the prefab from Jay Randall. And he does have some Signal Logic in here already. But we're going to make it a little bit better for power consumption. We're going to put a lot of these lights on Signal Logic so that they're only on when you're in the area. Because there's no sense in having lights on if you're nowhere around. I'm glad you're doing really well, Modest Tom. I'm glad you're excited, dude. I'm so excited. I did not expect you to drop into my stream tonight, man. This is awesome. I feel so honored. Everyone, we have a guest to honor. This is Modest Tom. He is only one of the coolest people I've ever met in the Minecraft community. So, hats off to you, Modest Tom. Glad you're doing well. It's good to see you. I have been drinking, just so you know. That's all good. All right. So, we already have some Signal Logic in here that Bloop set up. He put hanger lights in here. And the reason he did this is because if we flip this on, all the hanger lights come on, as we can see. And he mentioned that the hanger was too big for him to put this on motion sensors. Well, actually, we can put this on motion sensors. And what we're going to do is we're going to just take a look at his lights. So let's just shrink all the groups here and take a look at what we got in, what we have going on. I really want to organize all of this stuff here because there's just so much that's not even grouped, but it's okay. The lights in here are in a group. And let's take a look and just take a look at the Signal Logic tab. This one's on hanger lights. There's a few in here that are on hanger lights. So what we're going to do is we're just going to set up a motion sensor. So when we look at this item, this is sensors and signals. You make this in the constructor, as you just saw me do. And if we right click, you get options with this block. So there are some options that we can set with this block. The very first one is a lever. You walk up, you flip the switch, and wherever you have tied to that signal logic, it happens. Think of this like the light switch in your own home. Next up, you have a motion sensor. Okay, so anything that walks into a particular area, whether it's a vessel, a player, as long as it's in this area that you define, this motion sensor will pick you up, and as long as you're in the area, it activates. When you leave the area, it goes away. Light barrier. This is like the laser beam that's underneath your garage door. You ever know you hit the automatic garage door open, you're like, boop, and it starts to close, but if you go to run through it and you don't step over that laser beam, if you trigger it, it automatically sends the garage door back up. So if anyone trips this laser beam, this light barrier, it's going to go ahead and activate whatever you set up as far as signal logic goes. Okay? You can also kind of think of this as like the automatic doors of Walmart or someplace like that. There's usually a little laser that detects you and will open the door for you. Kind of also in lieu of like motion sensors. So kind of one and the same. Now, if you're in a single player world, light barriers. Wow, this time I did not. Wow, dude, I'm so stoked. This is great. Here, do you know what? Just for you, minus time. You remember this right here? Yeah, I know my green screen's kind of killing it a little bit right here, but this is the diamond sword in Minecraft. So you're gonna have new emojis to use on Twitch, dude. I got my hype icon, and it's with the Minecraft sword. So congratulations on being a subscriber, and got some new emojis. Super stoked. That's crazy. Okay, so yes, automatic doors and motion sensors, but light barriers have their use in single player. I don't like them in multiplayer because if someone follows behind you, ideally you would use a light barrier for when you run into a room, you're the only dude in there, you run in, let's turn shit on, and then it's on while you're in there, and when you go to leave, you trip the light barrier again, you go through those laser beams, and boom, it turns off. But in multiplayer, chances are you're not the only dude in the room. You run in, and then like Bloops runs in behind me, and boom, we just went on off. Well, who wants to be off when both of us are in the same room? No one. So I don't like light barriers for multiplayer. Trapdoor, signal use. You can set up trapdoor blocks. You can make it so that when you go over a block, it disintegrates and the person drops through. There's also multiple use. Okay, so this will stay in existence and drop you down. So if you want to make like a super secret area in your base, like behind the fireplace, you just roll up there and you drop down. This is what you're going to want to use. I don't typically mess with trapdoors a whole lot, but there is a purpose for them if you want to have like a super secret area. Trigger plates. So this is the last item in here. Trigger plate is exactly like it describes. You step onto the plate, and the moment that you're on the plate, you start producing a signal. You have to stand on that plate in order for the signal to keep being produced. So if you want to have like your repair stations, your med bays, stations that take power, activate only when a player is standing on the plate, that is a good alternative. I do like motion sensors more. I really like the motion sensor, but trigger plate's pretty good too. Especially if you just want to say, hey, just activate the food processor while